Hey guys, welcome back for another Baker Built Sexy Time tip of the week. This video is going to be a strengthening exercise for your hips, specifically the TFL muscle or tensor fascia lata. Basically, a big influencer on the tightness in your IT band. A iliotibial band, a big piece of connective tissue that runs from your hip down to the outside of your knee. So, well, a lot of folks, when they have IT band issues, oftentimes a contributor, if not the main source of the issue, is your TFL. If you want to find it, in this position or standing, basically kind of put your hand, I put my thumb right here towards the front of my hip, and then raise your leg up. When you feel that muscle contract, when it goes from really slack to tight, nice and taut right there, that's the TFL. Now you found it. What I'm going to show you is a series of exercises that can help strengthen that and help balance out the push and pull between the TFL and the gluteus maximus, which are the two muscles that kind of help stabilize this. If one's really weak and tight and the other one's strong, or vice versa, that can be a big factor in having some knee pain due to a tight IT band. So, what I'm going to show you guys is a hip medley. It's one of the names it has. It's called hip medley. You can do it without weight. You can even build weight over time using ankle weights you would strap to your body, like those soft weights that Velcro around your ankles. But start off with, it's 4 exercises. It's 30 seconds each exercise, and you kind of go from one right into the other. So I'm going to start 30 seconds on the clock of the first exercise. When 30 seconds is up, I start immediately on the second one. And so it's 2 minutes of work on each side. And you're going to change exercises every 30 seconds. They all hit the muscle a little bit differently. Some people even feel it in the glutes depending on where your imbalance is, but mostly it's probably going to affect the TFL right here. So, laying on the ground, nice and flat. You want to make sure you're not, don't lean too far forward, don't lean too far back. You want to be right here, nice and flat. You look down your body, everything should be nice and straight. No, you're not here. Nice and straight. I like to bring my arm up to rest my head. It makes it more comfortable for me. And then from here, I put 2 minutes on the clock. The first exercise, I'm going to bring my leg right here. I'm going to bring it back slightly so it's behind my other leg. And then I'm going to rotate, point my toe down. I'm going to push my heel away from me. And then I've got a nice tight TFL and a nice straight leg. And for 30 seconds, I begin by just doing hip raises. Right here. 30 seconds of these guys. The next exercise I'm going to go into is a rotation here at the TFL muscle, incorporating a little bit of my glute. I keep the same leg position, but now I'm going to rotate. Leg is still back behind this other foot, but I'm right here up off the ground and I'm rotating at the hip. Common thing is to want to just rotate the foot, but that's not doing you any good. You really want to get up here into the hips. Some people, when they do this exercise, they feel like they can't do anything. Well, that's just showing them that they've got a really tight, restricted, basically inoperable TFL. Over time, this is going to feel like you have more control and more range of motion, but you got to do the work. 30 seconds of this. From there, I go into a high knee pull, where I basically pull my knees up to 90 degrees right here at the hip, and then I straighten it. I'm going to do that for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to finish by pulling my knee backwards. Basically, now my knees stay almost together, but my back heel is coming up. 30 seconds of this, and then I'm done, and then I switch to the other side after a few minutes of rest. I encourage you, after a set, get up and walk around a little bit. See how that feels. If you're new to this exercise, you're definitely going to feel that muscle turning on for probably the first time in a very long time. And get a feel for what that experience is like. Then do the other side, see if it feels the same or different during the exercise and after the exercise. And I recommend doing this a couple of times a week. This is not like a mobility exercise where you need to do this every day. You can overload the muscles, especially if they're not used to this sort of work. So every 2 or 3 days, get in a few sets of this. Once a day is probably enough to start with. Over time, as this starts to feel really easy, I'm going to add weight slowly over time, maybe a pound at a time. When it feels like I can go through the whole set and I don't feel anything, then I'm going to add weight. And then I might increase the time as well, only up to 45 seconds at the max. But usually the The elite athlete version of this would be to do 45 seconds for each exercise with 5 pounds on your foot, but that's something you have to build into. Don't start that. I recommend your very first set, no weight at all, 30 seconds each exercise. If you guys have any questions about how to scale this or how to build on it, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to give you some advice, and let me know how this goes, and I will talk to you guys next time.